women continue to rise. Thank you for that recording. They rise, support one another, and inspire people around them. So this afternoon, I have the privilege of hosting three amazing ladies. Okay, just hold on a second. So this photo was taken at the convention last November, and you can see our beautiful ladies dressed in this traditional costume called Nyonya Kebaya. Yeah. Those of you who were there, type 1 in the chat, yeah? Okay. Okay, and for those of you who attended last year's event, last year we had the same Women's International Day Zoom. Same day, same time, you know. And if you see your face here, also please type 2 in the chat. Okay. So I can see, of course, me is still there. Pearl. Okay, some of you who experienced that event. And this year, I think Oprah Winfrey has also always been my idol because she is a woman of strength. As you know, she also came from very difficult early days background. And today she stands as a woman's advocate, and she says that the worst thing that we can do as women is not stand up for each other. And this is something we can practice every day. No matter where we are and what we may believe, it is both possible, and more importantly, it becomes powerful to come together in a common purpose and a common effort, right? So here we are, I think in our community, this is what we can do for each other, right? So before we start, just to let me know what you feel. What does being a strong woman mean to you? Maybe you can drop one word answer or a short phrase in the chat, maybe for the next 30 seconds, and I would like to acknowledge that. Go ahead, drop it in the chat. Okay, thank you for sharing. May, she says being a caregiver, yes. Being a breadwinner, yes, too. And Datin Fuzianna says to still be around for myself, my family, and my friends. Yes, okay. And William says to be strong. Are you talking about your wife? Okay. All right. So without wasting any more time, I think let's get on to our program today, because these are the three amazing ladies that will share their with us, to remind that even in there is strength within us, and they can still uplift others. So let us listen with open hearts and celebrate the power of women supporting women. So the sharers are Datin Fuzianna Ibrahim, Ling Wah, and May Edwin Kula. Okay, so stay on right to the end. If you have any questions after listening to their stories and it may have touched you, you can always type in the chat. We can get them to answer some of your questions. Or if not, at the end of the session, we have an open mic session where you can address any questions that you'd like to ask or you'd like to share to our speakers, okay, our sharers. All right, so without further ado, let me start with our first speaker, and she's none other than Datin Fuzianna Ibrahim, a truly inspiring woman. Now, 10 years ago, 10 years ago, Datin was diagnosed with stage 4 Burkitt Lymphoma, an aggressive form of cancer. Her journey through that experience is powerful testimony of courage, faith, and resilience. Okay. I personally, of course, have known Fuzianna for many, 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 many years, and I've seen her through the days. And I can tell you, if you want to describe the word strong, then just look at Datin. Okay. So let's welcome her. But before that, I want to play this montage we have of her to celebrate her life here, sharing with us today. So welcome, Datin Fuzianna. Over to you.
Hello everybody. Assalamualaikum and good afternoon. Good afternoon. So, um, I I'm so honored to be here again. It's been a while, and I'm grateful actually, Ilan, for your invitation for me to share this journey with everybody. And I hope, and it is my hope actually, my experience and what I'm sharing today will give a little bit of encouragement to anyone who's listening in today. And that would mean a lot to me. Thank you, Yilan.
You're most welcome, Datin. Let's hear a story, Datin. I heard it many, many times already, but I never get sick hearing of it because it always inspires me. Shall I share your the photos that you want to share now?
Can. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, here it is.
Scary. uh, wow. This is this is um this is very early on in my journey. Eh? So it's looking back. This photo was taking about almost 10 years. That was 2016, and it's hard. It's something that came in to me like a tornado, you know. But looking back, I believe that our body was giving us signals about what was coming. But because it's quite subtle, and I'm so busy at that time running my pharmacy, and then also I was teaching at that time. I was so and running another small business. I was so focused that these symptoms were easy to dismiss. So only after the diagnosis, I realized how important it is to listen to our body, to what the body is trying to whisper, and when I was diagnosed, Yilan and my friends here, the diagnosis came very, very quickly. It came like a tornado, and I didn't have time to think, and everything happened so quickly. The tests, the treatments, the hospital. In fact, the diagnosis came right after my travel to Bandung. I flew in from Bandung. I went straight to hospital, and the following day I was diagnosed with that time was stage 3 cancer, and we didn't know what it was. There was a slight misdiagnosis also, and it was hard to process everything that was happening. And having Burkitt's lymphoma, Burkitt's lymphoma is something that is a very aggressive form of blood cancer, and most people don't realize it until it's stage 3 or stage 4. And the treatment is very, very difficult, very, very hard, physically and emotionally. And it was one of the most difficult periods of my life. Yilan, you were with me very early on. Yilan was one of the first few people whom I shared my diagnosis, kan, Yilan?
Yes, yes. Yes,
So,
I was shocked. Um, yeah.
you're as shocked as me. So, but anyway, the real diagnosis came, and treatment started, and it was hard, as I said. But somewhere, there were times when I wanted to give up. It's so difficult. But one day, something shifted inside me. It was something that happened just one morning when I was going through that's a picture of me in ICU, right after the first dose of the chemical, the rizutimab. So one day, just one day, I decided, okay, this is it. I am going to fight, because my doctor gave me hope. Really, he gave me hope. He said, this is something that you have to endure, and you will have to go through, but it's going to be hard. So I decided that time to fight. And from that moment, I approached the journey with a different mindset. It's like the t-shirt that I was wearing on the day that I decided to fight. It was called the ultimate gladiator. I have to fight. I have to face it head on, no matter what. And that decision changed the way I face treatment. Instead of just feeling fear and focusing on the side effects, which was hard, I focused on resilience and perseverance, and I really wanted to live through it. And looking back, that mindset played a very important role in helping me walk through this very difficult chapter. So next,
Carry on, Datin. I know it's I remembered seeing you there. But I could see that you were very strong at that point of time, even though you were not able to speak very much, but deep down I knew that you had that strength inside and you will pull through. I already had that thing that I know you're a fighter, okay? Yeah. So okay, yep. So cancer picked the wrong girl, yeah?
yeah, cancer picked the wrong girl. Alhamdulillah. You know, uh, Yilan, you've seen me before cancer and after cancer. I hope you like what you see, the changes that you see in me. It's I see this cancer, and my friends who are going through the same journey say the same thing. It changes us in many, many ways. Before this, priority was work, and moving from one responsibility to another, and less focus on being on me as a person who owns this body. And I have to give, I have to really, now I choose the right priorities. I think my values have changed, my priorities have changed, and I hope that's indeed something that is good. And cancer forced me to slow down. One
Mm.
very important decision I had to make, which was it was difficult, but circumstances made it easy for me. Was I had to close my pharmacy. You know, this is something that I being an owner of a business is difficult. Brick and mortar business is difficult to do that. But you know, it has to come. And but like I said, I have to change my priorities. I had to learn patience in a way that I never experienced before, and healing, the recovery, the treatment, the active treatment was just 1 year, and then followed by another year of fully trying to recover, being in and out of hospital. But the healing journey doesn't stop even until today. So I I'm so glad that many people stood by me throughout my journey. This is some photos that I took very early on in 2018. We won the Curvet of the Year from Curves, my gym, and at the same time also my daughter sent this photo out to Star, and underneath that turban I was fully bald. you know I was still undergoing treatment at that time. I was still bald, but life goes on. So throughout my journey, my family stood beside me, and especially my husband, who took two months off work to be with me in the hospital. This is my husband. He would go to work, and then no, this time before that, he was two months not doing anything but taking care of me full time. Then after that, he got this new appointment, and I'll tell you the story later on. But my family stood by me. I have also a very personal understanding of this illness, because many years earlier, which is like 10 years before my cancer, my mother also had stage 4 lung cancer. So that experience showed me how difficult the journey can be, not only for the patient and also for the family and friends, friends from far, friends whom I always in touch with, friends like Yilan. They played a very important role for me, and just a simple message or a visit, or it will give me encouragement that can lift my spirit more than people realize. So I am also fortunate that along my journey I met this photo. This is my husband project. It's Merdeka 118. When I started my journey, he was just starting building the previous photo. He was still building the foundation, and when 7 years later it was completed. So I called that 118 my tower lah. Anyway, people I also met. If you want to know what's inside the the thing that's pointing up is like that. Okay. But anyway, I was fortunate also to be introduced to fellow survivors, which also played a very important part of my journey with National Cancer Society, and also with Magna. And I actively do that. Uh, and I hope those two are my doctors. Those two are my doctors who treated me in HUKM, but that photo is taken in Prince Court. Ah, okay. This is, I hope people who see me will remember that never take your health for granted. Life can be very busy, and sometimes we postpone medical checkups or we ignore little symptoms, and we said, okay, we'll deal with them later. And that's what I did. And then my experience has taught me that our health deserves our attention today, not someday, not tomorrow, or not whenever. For those of you, my message is for those of you who are facing cancer treatment right now, I would like to say this. Don't try to go through this journey alone. Support from family, friends, and fellow survivors make enormous difference in your recovery and your healing. And I understand this from a personal perspective as a patient myself and from someone who have watched a loved one walk through this difficult path. And that's why cancer, it may be a personal battle, something that happened to yourself, but it should not be fought in isolation. Talk to people, have a better understanding of what other people go through. When I joined the society, I found that the Cancer Society, I found that their support boosts my moral. Uh, Yilan, 10 years ago, I don't know where my future would look like, whether I will be able to go through 1 year or 2 years or even next week because it was so hard. But today I'm grateful for the journey that I went through. I have much gratitude, Alhamdulillah, for every single day that I'm given. Oh, still. Okay, and I hope my story can give encouragement to the others who are walking through this journey today. This is mm, I
Okay,
love I
Datin.
love this poem. I love this poem. I love this poem. I saw it. It's not mine, but it tells my story very much. Gilan, I cannot read this.
Would you like to? This
Ah,
was her words. And when I saw it, I just saw that it's just her and exactly how she took uh took her cancer face on and what she decided to do about it, right? You have to make a decision of what you wanted, and this is what you did. And probably this is like your life your life mission or something that you believe.
yeah.
If
I hold on to these words very much.
yeah.
And apa? I'm glad in my journey I found I've been approached by some people who even today, just a few weeks ago, as I was sharing my story, I I got someone who's going through uh, multiple myeloma, and she said my story gave her encouragement to carry on the treatment, and inshallah she will be going through stem cell transplant soon. That was something because she knows that it's difficult, but because she's seen how that has made me today, she is more determined to go through. And I'm glad she got in touch with me because there is hope. There is hope. And that's what I want to do now, to inspire people to say, because of you, I didn't give up. Thank you, Yilan.
Oh, that's very powerful. Because of you, I didn't get. And And indeed, right, today you have touched somebody else who's going through the same thing. And 10 years is not 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 just like somebody sees you today, right? Nobody would know or the difficulties or the challenges you face. In fact, nobody would even know that you had cancer because you took it upon yourself to not be a victim, but to come out of it as normal as possible. So that's what I see in you. And maybe another time we will have another session that we just want to find out a bit more details. But today we just want to get your inspiration. But what I remembered, Datin, you went through that stem cell transplant. The first time it failed, right? It didn't, and it was difficult. Stem cell transplant is like you have to isolate yourself 30 days, you cannot go out, you cannot see anybody. And she went through that the first time and it was not successful. And how would I know how you felt at that time, huh, Datin? Did you feel like, oh, it's not working? Or did you feel that maybe I should try again the next round or something like that?
Oh, at that point, there was because I said this the reason why I went through the first round of treatments, the chemotherapy, is for me to be able to go through the stem cell transplant. And even when the first one failed, I said, okay, there is still a chance. Although I had to I had to make a decision not to do it when my doctor told me to do it, make that gamble, because I said I need to reassess, I need to refocus. And I said, let me get through Ramadan. So that's why every Ramadan I remember, let me get through Ramadan, I'll come back after Shawwal, which I did. And
Mm.
we followed. I said, it's a time for reflection, and it's time, I guess, time for my body to recover. From the onslaught of treatment.
So how long was that after that first transplant that you tried again?
Um, I wasn't given long
Oh,
because of how aggressive the cancer is. My doctor said, okay, right after Shawwal, 17 Shawwal, I was back in hospital for the next treatment.
and this time it was successful, right? Definitely.
Barely,
Huh? Really? Okay.
barely. Um, it was. I went through it. The first PET scan says okay. Second PET scan says, it came back.
Okay.
But I made a decision. I'm going to face it. I'm going to fight head on, and not through the normal treatment. It's through another through change of lifestyle.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Besides, of course, the treatment that you get from the hospital, how do you keep yourself? I know you keep yourself very active, healthy. Just very briefly about, maybe your nutrition, your lifestyle, things like how do you keep yourself on a daily basis? Yeah.
Uh, Rule number one, stay away from toxic people,
Oh,
toxic things and happening. I don't allow that to affect me. And if something not what I expected, or something bad happened, I say to myself, La hawla wala quwwata illa billah. It's God's will, you know. And I said, there must be a reason why things happen. So it doesn't affect me. I think with that, it's a message to myself that, don't allow it to affect me. So, and of course, my nutrition. I eat powerful antioxidants, and I keep myself active. That's very important. It's a very important part of my journey, to have a positive mindset all the time. And thanks to my friends here, my Queen Rock Stars, they are always encouraging me and dancing.
thank you so much, Tatin. I'm always inspired. I really enjoy your sharings and of course your postings on Facebook. If you all like to follow her, please go and look her up, Fuzianna Ibrahim. Um, just watching her postings, her activities, like what she does, it's already an inspiration knowing where she came from. So Datin, thank you so much. I know it's very difficult for you to open up every time when you have to. Today, sorry, it may have touched some life wires, but I'm glad you did because I think in our audience today you would have touched some of them. And if you know of anyone who has going through like Datin, you can share her story to inspire someone. Let me look at the chat if yeah. Wow, Datin, you have a lot of admirers here. Okay. Gaba Jamin says, hello, Madam Fuziana, indeed a strong woman fighter. Okay. QR Pearl says, my sister, the fighter. Yes, Pearl. Thank you. And Linda Anthony says, knowing you, Datin, your willpower to never give in to your cancer is a quiet but powerful testimony of courage, faith, and the strength of the human spirit. It inspires everyone around you to face their own battle with greater hope and determination. Wow. And May says you're an inspiration, Datin. William says you are the chosen one to inspire and encourage others.
Yes, indeed. Thank
And
you
Pearl,
very much. Thank you very
and
much.
Pearl says your energy and strength is just unbelievable. So, yep, thank you so much, Datin. This is just a short sharing. We actually have had a few interviews with you before this, and it's all also recorded on YouTube. If you're keen to look at those replays, just reach out to me. I can share you the links. And of course, I would like to arrange maybe another session in future because now 10 years on, there's more learnings from you, right? There's more learnings from you that we can learn
I would
on.
love to do the sharing because, you know, it's when I get positive responses like this, truly, truly moved, truly motivated. Thank you very much, Ilan and everybody else.
Thank you, Datin. If you do have any questions for her, stay on to the end of the session. We will just have a quick open session for Q&A. All right. Thank you again, Datin. Okay, let's move on to our next sharer. Okay, now our next amazing lady is none other than Ling Wah. I think those of you who are in our Rockstar community, of course, will know her. But those of you who are new, Ling Wah brings with us a wealth of life experience, heartfelt reflections, and after I got to know her about 2 years back, I was so touched with where she came from, her strength to bring up her four daughters, her girls, and how she just pushed through, pushed forward, and behind all that, there is a very compassionate heart. She's always there to serve. She's always there to help. She's that person who just offers her help anytime. So this is Ling Wah. I would like to welcome her to share a bit of a story of how she pushed through all her challenges. So please welcome Ling Wah. Clap here. Got clap now here. Yes. Over to you, Ling Wah.
Hello, good afternoon. Thanks,
Okay,
Ilan, for inviting me to do my sharing. Well, life is always up and down, a lot of challenges in life, but we still have to move forward, always with a positive mind, because whatever has happened, we cannot go back. This is my family, my recent photo with my family, my 4 girls and my 4 grandchildren, and the 2 son-in-laws. So I too experienced the life of a cancer patient that was my husband. He was working in the hospital, but suddenly he had lung cancer. It was a shock to us. He was never a sick person. He hardly get flu. Even throughout the years that we got married, he never hardly got sick. And suddenly, he was coughing, and although the doctors did tests, a lot of tests, but they didn't get the conclusion that what actually is happening to him. We also do not know why. But finally, it was confirmed he had that cancer, lung cancer. So this was taken just before he passed away. We were informed that he had cancer. The children were all very small. Sorry. My youngest daughter at the time was only 3 years old. So he did went for chemo. So we also went through a very tough time. But I think with the friends and relatives to give us the support, he went through. But after the second chemo, he gave up because he heard the oncologists were arguing about the dosages that, that is good for him. He was promised that the the medication does not affect his dropping of the hair, but within 2 3 days his hair was just dropping. So we found that whatever the doctor has promised is not what uh, good for him. So he said I should go back to alternative. So we went to alternative. We went to Alostar to a herbal doctor who's also our good friend, and he encouraged him to have the herbal treatment, the alternative, and it was good. And within 5 days, his hair stopped dropping, and then he was getting back his health. But unfortunately, after 20 months, he passed on because he thought he was fine, and then he sort of relaxed a bit, and so he had the relapse. But anyway, the children were small. The youngest was in kindergarten. My eldest was only in Form 2. It was difficult, very difficult, a lot of challenges. And beside that, I had to take care of my mom too. My mom also had this arthritic. She has this chronic, arthritic chronic asthma, which is something that it can just flare up, but it is also genetic. So after my husband passed away, I have to carry on taking care of my mom too. And that time it was very difficult because with the how is it? After the passing, it was already very difficult. There was no time for tears. So we have to just carry on. I have to take care of my children, and with the sick mother. And when she gets well, we are all very happy, of course. But when she goes down, she has to be hospitalized. And that was the time my children also were very supportive. So it was very good to have a family that is supporting each other also, especially, my children become very understanding that, grandmother is old, but we make sure that she was happy also. So this is her last birthday with us. So it was something that really make her happy. So as a caregiver, it is not easy. It was a great toll on me too, because I had I used to have migraines too, but I came back because of my children too. And because of my mother also at that time, because nobody brought her for to clinic checkups and things like that. So we were there, but it was good. It was we all learned together, and my
Ling Wah,
children had learned.
oh,
Yeah,
you say you went to work in Singapore at the
yeah.
time, and your children, who took care of them at the time?
My children were amazing. They took care of themselves.
Ah,
So it was very, very difficult for the children. So I make an agreement with my boss. I will go back to Singapore from Malacca, which is a 4 hours journey by bus. Every Monday, I will leave by the 8 o'clock bus, or 7 o'clock bus. Then I will reach Singapore by noon. So by Friday, I will come back home. So that was my time that, but in between, I have to work very hard when I was in the office, where I have to work. First one to reach office and the last one to leave. So in the end, but I came back because of my children. So I told my boss, I need time for my children and my mother. But when my mom passed on, of course, my children were still growing, but I didn't go back to Singapore, but I still continue whatever I could do in Malaysia. So it was we have to be strong to carry on. I keep telling myself, I must be strong. I must be healthy. So this is our first Bahai New Year. The children celebrated without their father. So although time was difficult, but my daughter, my eldest girl, she graduated in 2008. But I make sure that my children all have good education. And now
Yeah.
they are doing fine, giving support to others too, who need help, like what we had went through. Because it was a journey that maybe we are the chosen ones by God to help others.
I think this is the proudest moment for you that, all your efforts of raising your children. And of course, Sumi is the first one who graduated, but I think all of them also are graduates and they are doing very, very
Yeah,
well right now,
yeah,
very independent with their families. So, yeah, when I listen to your story, I'm really always so touched. And one thing about Ling Wah, you see, she's that's this because of her difficulties and her strength to serve. She's all the while she's helping. I think this one, right? You were volunteering for Lions.
yeah. That was before my husband got sick. I joined the Lions Club to help with their social activities, because in the Lions Club they have a lot of rich people, but many are not willing to, or rather they don't have the time to do the activities. So they want people to come and help for at the activities like visiting the home, helping the poor, helping the natives, and then a lot of any health projects and things like that. So I usually volunteer. But when my husband got sick, I had to leave. So I told them I have to take care of my family first. So I do miss those activities. Yeah, but it
Yeah.
was really good. Then
So
yeah,
so right now, Lingua has after all her challenges, and I mean, of course, her children are big and now. So today I find she's a different firefighter. Okay. This was a photo taken during one of the air shows in Malacca where we went, and when I saw her putting on this helmet and holding that fire hose there, it just shows that it's truly her. She's always there to not, let's say, just save people, but to be there to serve and help. And I don't know whether it's coincidentally or maybe the universe brought you. Now you have a different firefighter tool, okay? Because now with this tool, she's always going there to help people to relieve their pain and whatever she can do. And this is how I admire her, is that her willingness to always offer help. But Lingwan, I wanted to share one when you shared with me earlier, right? About 2.5 years ago when you met an accident, and yeah, how did that part change your life as well? Yeah,
yeah. I don't understand how I met the accident too. I am a very careful driver, but maybe because of being a caregiver for my brother also. My brother, my brother also had stage 4 cancer, and he had nobody to take care of him. But he has a how is it, a child, Down syndrome child who's already 32. So I was busy helping them, want to arrange them into homes that can take care of them. So in the midst of helping him with his affairs, I think I was maybe too tired, and probably during that time, to take his to do his last thing that I had to do for him was his banking, and maybe that time, probably it could be that I was overtired and I sleepy, and I had met a very very bad car accident. So the accident landed me in hospital with I did a lumbar five. I had a lumbar five cracked, and then after that, slowly I had all the black bruises all over my body. And when I was in hospital, they couldn't do anything for me. The doctors only gave me painkillers, and they are more interested in putting me with the painkillers even at night so that I could sleep well. But I don't think it helped at all. So in the end, they put ice packs. So I keep telling myself I cannot land in the hospital with just painkillers. So I told the doctor I want to be discharged. I think I will go back to TCM or anything alternative that could help me to ease the pain. Because if I just carry on with just only the painkiller, it will just I'll be just lying in bed, just in the hospital doing nothing else, just lie down, but with this painkiller and the injection at night. So I left the hospital. I asked for discharge, and then I went to TCM for acupuncture, and of course needles all everywhere over the body. It was a little bit of relief. Then I went for body alignment. It was more than 15 times, but unfortunately it didn't help me much. I still had the pain in my chest. the chest pain was terrible. But then I carry on. I still when I was discharged back home, I cannot even carry a cup of water, which was terrible. I cannot turn my bed. I cannot turn my sides in my when I lie down on the bed. So I need somebody to help me. So my children had to take turns to leave leave from their job to take care of me. And I have been always so active, and I find it is so difficult. I have always been a caregiver, and now I need somebody to help me. And I think it's the worst thing in my life, to be taken care by people, when I always love to be independent. So the pain carries on, and then I used to have numbness in my fingers, my toes, and I could never sleep well at night. So one day, a friend from Singapore, Miss Tia, a very good friend, introduced me to the blower. And then she told me I should try. She said, don't give up. You should try. Maybe it can help you in other ways. So luckily I met Ilan and Linda, and they are the ones who helped me. And after I was very open-minded, actually. I'm open-minded to any treatment that can help me to ease my pains. So I tried the blowing, and then after 2 weeks, I felt that I was very much better. I didn't have much pain anymore in my chest, and the numbness also have gone. And another miracle event was my migraine was also less. Of course, I got the device. I got the device, and then I did it twice per day. And then my migraine, which I've been having for more than 50 years, and I have less occurrence, and I don't take any painkillers anymore. I think that is the best miracle for me, the best healing for me, because I used to go to neurologists, and then they gave me all kinds of painkillers. And then I think this is the best, where the accident, the pains that I got from the accident, and then with my migraine, I'm very, very thankful, that this blower has really helped me a lot. And because of all my recovering of the healing, I also got my children, each one, to have one each for themselves. So each of my 4 girls, they have one. So my children travel a lot. So I told them wherever they go, they should bring along with them. And those who have family, they also have one at home, so that in times of emergency, it is there for them. I cannot be there for them all the time. So I think this blower has really helped me in the sense that few days ago I had migraine. I had the leg cramp in the middle of the night, and I quickly got up and blow on my right leg first, because that one was giving me cramp. I couldn't sleep. So within a minute, the pain, the cramp had gone. I went back to sleep and had a very, very sound sleep. The next day, the left leg, again, having this type of same problem of cramp, and it helped me. Also, the same thing, I got up, and my daughter was beside me and told me, let me help you. I said, no, I will do it myself, and I want to try whether it helps me a lot. And again, the same thing, it has helped me to sleep through the night. And I'm very thankful this blower has really helped me, and I'm able to help many other people too. And I love to be in the path of service to others. This brings me joy when I see other people also have the pain-free moments that they can enjoy too.
Yes. Yeah, I can see that, when you're doing all these things for others, you're not just doing it for the sake of doing. I see you're doing it sincerely, that you really want that person to get better. And now you have a tool. So I really thank you for coming and join us every time we have Pride Foundation, right? Every time when we have a Pride Foundation event, she's one of those first to say, come, let's do it and all that. Appreciate you very much, Ling Wah. I know it's very difficult to share back stories that's been kept in cold storage, but I just felt that your story needed to be shared to inspire some others who probably is going through a tough time right now, right? Raising up single parents, maybe it's raising up their children alone, and the things that, like, we always remember is that tough times don't last, but tough people do. And you're one of those tough people who lasted those tough times. And of course, by hanging on, doing what you need to do today, you have the rewards, right? You have reaped the rewards, and I think you are really an inspiring role model for a lot of women today. So please put some hearts in the chat. Ling Wah shared. I requested her to share because I feel that she can touch a lot, and it is not easy, right, to share, just like Datin just now, this kind of deep thoughts. So give her a lot of hearts, give her some encouragement, so that we can all, serve and help each other to live better lives, to get out of those tough and dark times. Thank you, Ling Wah. We will
Thank
come
you.
back to you later towards the end for those who may have questions. I see some in the chat of, Mei is saying, blessing others and as God bless you, Ling Wah. William is
Oh,
saying, Ling
thank
Wah,
you.
always
Thank you.
standing ready to serve. Geba Jami said, you're a strong woman who has become a blessing to others. And I certainly agree to all of this. So thank you so much again, Ling Wah, for that
Yeah.
sharing and for
Okay. Thank
opening
you.
up. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Very deep, right? Not International Women's Day should be happy, but inspiring stories does help us. Do you agree? Okay. So please, if you have things that inspire you, please type in the chat. Let's give encouragement to our sharers as well, because they really come up to want to inspire us, all of us. Okay. Let's see what's next. Oh yeah, this is a nice photo, beautiful photo of Ling Wah and her children and grandchildren. Right? These are the happy times. Love this photo, Ling Wah. Very nice.
Yeah. Thank
Okay.
you.
Oh yeah, this one more thing. Do you want to read it? Yes.
Yeah. Small steps, if they are regular and rapid, add up to a great distance traveled. So whatever we are doing, it will add up. Slowly, we learn. Whether we do not know, many people tell me, oh, I do not know how to blow. I cannot help. Well, we I learn. I'm learning too. I'm learning from others. That's how from what I joined the projects, and I hope more people will come and join us. And from those projects, I also learn, and now I'm able to help other people too.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ling Wah. Pearl
Yeah.
Tosser said, my dear sister, you are the strongest daughter, wife, mother that I know and admire your strength. And Mr. H.R. Salim, oh, welcome, sir. Welcome to our session. He says that I dedicate this Women's Day to Lo Ling Wah. Wow. This is your day, Ling Wah. And a lot of hearts from
Thank
many
you.
of us. And
Yeah.
Linda
Thank
as
you.
well said, our challenges is very inspiring story. Despite the many hurdles you face as a single parent, you rose stronger and now help lift others up. God bless you always, Ling Wah.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you so much for your comments there and your encouragement to Ling Wah. Okay, so yes, that's why I said if you have anything inspired you about Ling Wah sharing, type in the chat. All right. So next we'll go on to another amazing lady. I don't think you need introduction as well to this person. May, right? Come give us some hearts in the chat. May Edwin Kula from the Philippines. She definitely has her own journey and insights into perseverance and inner strength. And her story is also very, very unique. Today, she will share with us her perspective again and, what's been happening to her lately and how she is pulling herself through and giving herself strength to, to, to bring herself back again, right, May? So please give her a warm welcome to me and let's hear her story. Welcome, May. Oh, wait.
Hi,
Clap first.
everyone.
Clap,
Hello,
clap.
hello. Uh, Good afternoon to every one of you. Happy International Women's Day. I can see a lot of people that I personally sent a message for the invitation. Thank you very much for coming over. I can see very good friend who's been, I think this is the first time she attended. Hi, Sheila. Thank you very much for attending. Okay, so this afternoon, I'm not going to give any lecture. I'm also not here to talk about achievements, about the titles, about the successes of being a woman, but I just wanted to share uh, a very personal reminder that life gave me recently. Something that shook me, humbled me, and ultimately changed the way I see myself as a woman, a mother, and a person. So many of you here already know my story because I have been sharing for quite some time now. And you all know I'm a single mom, and for many years, my life always revolved around my children, my responsibilities, and making sure that everyone around me is taken care of. So like Ling Wah, like Datin Fuzianna, like many other women out there, I also wore many hats. I am a provider. I am a caregiver, the problem solver, everything. And somewhere along the way, I quietly placed myself at the very bottom of the list. I know everyone always do. Okay, I convinced myself that this is what, strength looks like. The real love means sacrifice. Would you agree? Like, if you are going to sacrifice for your kids, for your family, that's real love. That a good mother always put herself the last. So even after health scares that I experienced before, even after all the reminders of my friends and even my body has already given me, the truth is I still didn't fully learn my lesson. I am always staying up late. That's why for those of you who is in a different time zone, knows me that well. I'm still awake past 12 midnight, sometimes 2, 3, 4 a.m. I'm still pushing my body beyond what it could handle. Still telling my, my doctor visit can always wait because for so many times, Yilan told me that go and have yourself checked. But I said, no lah, that can wait. I will go next week. I always answer her that way. Because in my mind, I was thinking, I don't have time to get sick. My children depend on me. I don't have budget for myself. And then 2026 came and it welcomed me with a very strong reminder. And it started with something that seemed simple, on and off coughing. It's pneumonia, and I had a terrible cough that wouldn't just go away. It's a long span coughing. At first, I thought it was just, another infection that my body would eventually fight off. But the coughing became intense. The pressure in my head started building. I had a terrible headaches. Even my ears were painful. Then one day, something very strange happened. At first, I thought it was just a facial paralysis because my head was pounding and my ears felt like they were so much under pressure. But then I realized something was more wrong than I thought. So I lost my balance. I couldn't grip things. I couldn't move my hands properly. This very hand, two months ago, is like just like this, and I'm holding it to move. But now I'm happy I can move it again. I can hold my phone. I can type in. I couldn't move all these things. My right, body part, especially, is not that functional, I should say, because it's very limited movement. And for a few days, my body wouldn't cooperate with me. Because sometimes I would say, okay, come move, because I believe mind over matter. But it just won't open. Okay. So I'm really worried. So imagine that moment when your own body suddenly stops responding the way it used to. And you all know that I am a multitasker. I can I want to do a lot of things at the same time. And I remember trying to walk around the house and I felt like a zombie. I was slow, I was unstable, I am unsure of my step. I need to hold on to something so that I can move around. My balance was off, my strength was gone, my hand cannot really follow what I, instructed, open, close, just cannot. And suddenly, very ordinary things, those things that I normally do every day, became very difficult. So imagine that. So now I can really relate on those people who are having trouble or had stroke, for example, or had like some chronic issues that really confined them to bed. So I couldn't even tie my hair. Imagine that. It sounds very simple, huh? But when you only have one hand working, so you realize how many daily things that requires two hands. So I realized, oh my God, it's very hard pala if you only have one hand that's working. So even going to toilet became a challenge. Pulling up and pulling down your undergarments was difficult also. And even at the dining table, I have to ask kids to cut, the food into smaller parts so that I can eat using a spoon with my left hand, and I'm a right-handed person. And it's very hard. So for someone who has always been taking care of everyone like me, that moment was very humbling, and I'm very worried because suddenly I was the one who needed help. And in those quiet moments, I knew what was happening. God again was reminding me, well, not to punish me, but to wake me up. Sometimes God whispers to us through small discomforts. But when we keep ignoring those whispers, the message becomes louder. So instead of him, na kinurot ako, he spanked me na. Kasi I'm not listening. So, and in that moment, I realized something very important, that health is not something that I can postpone anymore. Strength is not something that we can assume that will always be there. It's not all the time that we are always strong. And for many of us women, everyone here in this room, we are so used to carry everyone else that we forget to care for the person who is doing all the carrying, diba? So it's always us, and we tend to forget ourselves. But of course, God was merciful. This reminder, although frightening, was temporary. Slowly, day by day, my body started recovering. That's why many of you noticed that I am not so active in social media. And even some people would be messaging me that, "Hoy, what happened to you? Are you okay? You're sick again or what?" Because with that 2 month span, I really had trouble. And but I'm not so loud at it because I just wanted to keep myself so that people will not question me. Why is like that? You got all these tools, you got all these supplements, but you still get sick. Of course, I'm still human. So uh fast forward 2 months, movement becomes, I'm steadily recovering. Movement started returning, and the strength slowly came back. So after 2 months, I'm able to stand on my feet again. And, that experience was really humbling for me because it made me reflect not just about my schedule or my stress, but about my lifestyle too. I realized I got some friends who always encourage me to change my lifestyle. Well, you know who you are. I, Everyone was like reminding me, sending me, including me in their group chats to know what to eat. But sometimes I'm really the one who's hard headed. I really don't want to follow. And it made me reflect about that. I realized it was only my exhaustion that contributed to what happened. Also, it was my obesity because, of course, now I cannot control. I I failed to listen to them, or I just ignore what they are telling me. But luckily, I got those friends who never give up. I am also expecting some would kick me in the group because I'm not really listening. And because that obesity took a toll on my heart, on my blood pressure, on my entire body actually. So Sometimes we think we are strong enough to carry everything, but the truth is our bodies are keeping a score of every habit, every neglect, every time we say, later na lang. I know all of you here guilty about that. Most of us, if not like everyone. Later na lang, go and have yourself checked. Later na lang, next week na lang, next month na lang, until you forget and you're well again. And that moment became a turning point for me this past 2 months. But this time I realized something deeper na I really have to take care of myself, because not only for my family, for my kids, not only for them, but for me. Because as a woman, I deserve better. I deserve strength. I deserve a life where I am not constantly sacrificing my well-being just to prove that I can endure everything. Kasi strong woman ka, di ba? Kasi Wonder Woman ka. Darna ka eh. You can carry everything, but it's not that. So when I stood back on my feet after those 2 months of chaos, I made a quiet decision. I have to choose myself too. This time it's for real. Not about my children, but along with them, because when a woman takes care of herself, she becomes stronger for everyone around her. And maybe that message I want to leave this afternoon for all of you, that for every woman here on International Women's Day, we are strong, we are resilient, we carry families, we carry responsibilities, businesses, and communities. But please remember, you are not just the one who serves everyone else. You also are someone worth taken care of. Ilang beses ko tong inulat in front of the mirror. I also deserve taking care of myself. Sometimes the bravest thing that we can do as a woman is not to sacrifice ourselves endlessly. Sometimes the bravest thing that we can do is to pause and listen to our body and to choose to live well. Because the people who love us don't just need our sacrifices, they need us healthy, they need us present, and they need us to be alive long enough or strong enough for many years. Of course, I wanted to see my apospa, my grandchildren in the future. So this afternoon, I celebrate every woman here, not just for what you can do for others, but for who you are. And I hope we all remember the simple truth. Taking care of ourselves is not selfish. It is wisdom. Happy International Women's Day to all of you. And I hope that you will realize you all deserve the love and the care that you can give to yourselves. I love you all.
Thank you. Thank you, May, for that wonderful, amazing, and heartfelt sharing. I'm glad that you realize now that you are important. You are important. And yes, women, as what May has said, we always put ourselves last. Everybody else comes first. But if you break down, everything else breaks down, right? So remember to love yourself first, not that you want to love others less, but love yourself as much as you love others as well. So, May, thank you for inspiring. I hope any of these women here today, did you have a little light bulb moment that, hey, I got to start thinking of myself? Please put three hearts in the chat or so to get inspired that you matter, okay? Women, we matter. And we really have to take a back step, like what you did, May. Take a back step for a little while, 1 month or 2 months, and just focus on yourself, your recovery. And I'm so happy today, Mel, to see you back again, okay, back again and speaking and sharing. And you look good, okay? You look at the chat. Some of the chats are saying, let me see here. Rowena Marco says, May, Ma'am May, you notice you are getting slimmer and prettier each day. Well done. Okay, Datin Fuzianna said, yes, we are like octopus with 8 hands. And Well, so many hearts are coming in the chat right now. Yes. Linda says, well said. Your journey through pain and resilience is truly inspiring me. Thank you for sharing. And Geba Jamin says, being strong means to slow down sometimes. True, very true. And Mo Fidaus says, let's give a lot of hearts for me. Please come, let's tap your hearts for me. And yes, later we will cheers to all our three ladies. Pearl, okay. So thank you for all that hearts. And Pearl says, me, I will remind you when it's time for bed. Definitely before 11 p.m. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
She even
I'm also,
personally messaged me now. Oh my God. I got a lot of alarms.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Please don't message me, okay? Okay. And we will not message each other above 11 o'clock too. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for that sharing. And let's let's go to the next one of open mic session. Yeah. I think right now let's I off the spotlight for me first. And let's just look at all of us here. Maybe you all can unvideo yourself. And I know we've run over time, but I didn't want to cut short anyone because all the stories are deep and it deserves time to listen because opening up is never easy. But I'm glad that you all stayed on again until now. And just take the next 5 minutes. Any of you who would like to open your mic, your video, and share maybe something inspiring or something that you want to say to the speakers, please go ahead right now. Go ahead. I'm just going to stop this screen share and take a look at the screen, the gallery. Yes, Donna.
Yes, please open your camera.
Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna.
Welcome.
Hi. Thank you
Okay.
so much. Well, I'd like to say thank you for May Advincula for inviting me with this Zoom. And I'd like to shout out to everyone. For the sharers, I just wanted to say that it's very inspiring for Miss Ling Wah and also for Miss Fuzianna Ibrahim. So it just all of us have our own journey as a woman, and it's really nice to be an inspiration to each other. So one thing that the bulb when Miss May was sharing about taking care of ourselves and making ourselves first, I think I always say that we need to have our cup full so that we could really share to our loved ones, to others. Even though we have our own challenges in life, we need to take care of ourselves first. We need to love ourselves first. Like for me, I am also a caregiver. I have a special need child. And, as a woman, you have to sacrifice a lot of things, especially, taking care of a family member who's really depending on you. And if we are the one sick, or if we have the one with health issues, it's really challenging to take care of our loved ones. And for Miss May, yes, we have to love ourselves first. It's not all about being selfish, but it's also sacrificing ourselves. But we need to have our cup full to be able to really um, there for our loved ones, for the people who depend on us. So, and with that in mind, I know that we are very lucky in our lifetime that we have all these devices that we can use. And I think that is what common to most of us here is that we experience it ourselves with all of these tools that we have. So I'm just glad that hearing those three wonderful and inspiring ladies really help, and let's be an inspiration to others. Just being positive with all the challenges in life. I think we just really have to be graceful to accept all the challenges that we have and be a strong woman for our loved ones. So I thank you for inviting me, and this is a very inspirational meeting to hear the three ladies that shared tonight. So thank you so much. That's my thoughts. We need to be a strong woman. We need to love ourselves. We need to have our cup full. and we need to be healthy for our loved ones. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Donna, for that sharing. Uh, I've known you for quite some time through Thrive platform, and I've heard some of your
Yes.
sharings before. And definitely in our next sessions, I would like to invite you to share your story as well. Is that all right?
Yes, of course. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Yes, I
that's
look
great.
forward to that.
Yes. Actually, for those of you who are probably here for the first time, we've been having some sessions called Thrive Touches Lives. This was done since last
Yes.
year or maybe 1 or 2 years ago. And I think we've done about 7 episodes where every episode we have somebody who shares their very, very inspiring story. So I think maybe we can start it again, lah, because
Yes, yes.
we stopped for about a couple of months because of life gets in the way maybe. Okay, but I think after today I feel so inspired to get people to come out to share again.
Mm.
So keep on the lookout for our next Pride Touches Live. I think it's episode 8 will be the next one, and we are going to get inspiring stories, people to come and share. Okay, thank
Yes.
you so much, Donna. Anyone, one more person who would like to give up some some of their thoughts or their views.
Anyone who wanted to share? More, there's more. Everyone got story, but they just maybe they are just too shy to share. But please speak up because we don't know if your story can really touch any other person's lives. Kasi hindi natin alam whatever they are going through too. Eh. Ako ba, Donna we were supposed to meet in Tagaytay few weeks back, but I told her I cannot because I'm coughing. I don't want other people to get infected. This is what I just told her, but there's more than that. I just don't want to
Yeah, I just heard it. I didn't know
uh,
you went all those health
oo, eh.
challenges. Yeah.
Kasi I don't want people like questioning na you have all these things, but still you get sick. But people are really judgmental. But we this is well, some people knows about the real story, but they are very limited people. So that minimize lang natin. But then, of course, this story will come out very soon. And this is the first time that I shared that. And I'm happy then. Ala kong congestion ngayon. It's controlled. Nakikisama yung lungs ko. My lungs are behaving well. So, I'm happy. I think
Okay,
someone just
yeah.
came. Zara, maybe you want to open? Hello po, Attorney Jules.
Okay. So, yeah, it's already 4:30. I don't want to take too long this time. I think we are all very inspired. I see all 24 of us still here right to the end. Maybe at the end of this session right now, as a remembrance, shall we on our video and we'll take a photo together so that next year I can also post and say you were here, okay? So
What
can
about
we,
the cheers? The cheers. Come on,
yeah,
ladies.
we,
Where's your
we,
wondered water? Wondered
we
water.
on camera first. Okay, yeah. So Pearl wants to make that toast and cheers with our wondered water to all of us. And this is
Happy
mine.
International
Okay,
Women's Day. We
the
keep strong.
okay. Cheers to all women, and you're all inspiring. You're all uplifting, and carry on the resilience, your courage, and the journey that we all go through. So cheers, ladies.
Hip hip
Yes,
hooray!
yes.
Hip hip
Let me just
hooray!
snap the photo. Okay. Yeah, wait lah. Let me just copy this photo and